Let me ask you something, and I need you to answer honestly, not to me, but to yourself. If someone asked you right now, how much do you have saved for retirement? What would you say? Because for a lot of people watching this video, the answer is some version of not enough. Maybe a few $100s, maybe zero. Maybe you have a 401k you haven't checked in 3 years because you're scared of what the number looks like. You're 40 or close to it, and somewhere along the way, life happened. Student loans, a job that didn't pay enough, a medical bill that wiped out whatever cushion you had, kids, rent, inflation, the endless grind of just staying afloat. And now here you are, watching a video about catching up because some part of you knows this can't keep going the way it's going. I want you to hear this before anything else. You are not too late, but you do need a real plan, not vague advice, not empty motivation. First, we have to be honest about where you actually stand because you can't fix what you refuse to look at. A common benchmark from major investment firms says that by age 40, you should have roughly 3 times your annual salary saved for retirement. So if you earn $60,000, that's around $180,000. And if you earn $80,000, the target is about $240,000 set aside. If you're nowhere near that, you're not alone. According to Federal Reserve data, the median retirement savings for Americans aged 35 to 44 is around $45,000, which is only a fraction of where long-term targets say it should be. That means the typical person in your age group is sitting at less than 1/4 of what many guidelines consider a healthy benchmark. Most of the time, the story behind that number looks familiar. A financial system with no instruction manual, wages that lag behind housing and healthcare costs, and families where nobody really modeled what building wealth looks like from the inside. You didn't fail because you're broken. You were under-equipped, and you were thrown into a complex game without the rules. But now you have something you might not have had before, a clear picture of the gap, and that awareness is the beginning of everything. Every year you wait to start closing that gap has a very real cost, even if it's invisible day to day. If you invest $300 a month starting at 40 and average a 7% annual return, by 65 you would have roughly $227,000 invested. If you had started that same $300 a month at 30 with the same return, you would end up with nearly $540,000 by 65. Same habit, same effort, a difference of almost $300,000 simply because of when you began. You can't go back and start 10 years ago, but you can decide that 10 years from now, you won't be in the exact same place again. The person who starts now at 40 and stays consistent will always do better than the person who keeps waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. And if you still feel like 40 is too late, remember this. Most of Warren Buffett's net worth, about 99% of it, was built after he turned 50. The window isn't closed unless you decide to close it. Before you can catch up, you need a starting line, and that means doing an honest, simple audit of your money. Take a sheet of paper or note on your phone and list everything you own that has value. Savings accounts, retirement accounts, investments, your car, any home equity if you own. Then list everything you owe: credit cards, student loans, car loans, medical debt, personal loans, and the remaining balance on your mortgage if you have one. Subtract what you owe from what you own. That number is your net worth. If that number is negative, you're not doomed. A lot of people in their 30s and 40s are in that exact situation. What matters is that you stop guessing and start working from reality, because that number describes your past. It doesn't control your future. Now let's build the catch-up plan, step by step. Step 1, focus on killing high-interest debt first. If you have credit card balances charging 20% or 24% interest, and many cards are in that range today, that is your biggest emergency, because no normal investment can reliably beat that rate. Use the avalanche method. List your debts by interest rate from highest to lowest, and throw every extra dollar you can at the top one while paying minimums on the rest. Every dollar of that high-interest balance you eliminate is like earning that same rate in guaranteed returns. Step 2. Take advantage of every tax-favored retirement account available to you. If you're 50 or older, the IRS allows catch-up contributions on top of regular limits. In a recent year, that meant an extra $7,500 you could add to a 401k beyond the standard cap, and new rules under the Secure 2.0 Act even increased that amount for people in their early 60s. If your employer offers a match on your contributions, that is free money, and leaving it unused is the same as turning down part of your paycheck. Step 3. Work on increasing your income, not just cutting expenses. At 40, you probably have skills, experience, and relationships you didn't have at 25, and those can translate into higher pay, a promotion, a new role, or a side income if you're willing to lean into them. Cutting wasteful spending matters, but there is a limit to how much you can shrink your life. There is no cap on how much you can grow your earning power over time. Step 4. Start investing consistently, even if the amount feels small at first. Putting $50 or $100 a month into a low-cost, diversified index fund will not change everything overnight, but it builds the muscle of being an investor, and that habit can grow as your income grows. Time in the market matters more than perfectly timing the market, and getting started matters more than waiting until you feel ready. Step 5. Protect what you're building so one bad event doesn't wipe it all out. That means having an emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, and it often means basic term life insurance if other people depend on your income, and simple documents like a will so your wishes are clear. These tools are not just for the wealthy, they are guardrails that keep a temporary setback from becoming a permanent disaster. Most people do not fail financially because they lack information. They fail because it is painful to confront the gap between where they are and where they hoped they would be. It is easier to avoid logging into the retirement account or to assume that future you will somehow figure it out later. But there is a version of you at 65 who will live with the results of what you do or do not do in this season of your life. That future you will either have options and breathing room, or they will be depending entirely on things they cannot control, like Social Security, family help, or luck. The version of that future where you have real choices and real dignity does not arrive by accident. It is built from a series of ordinary days where you chose action over avoidance. You are not behind because you are hopeless. You are behind because nobody gave you a clear map early enough, and because life has been real and complicated. Now you have that map, and what you do with it is up to you. So here's your next move in simple form. This week, you calculate your net worth and face the number without flinching. You make a plan to attack your highest interest debt while at least contributing enough to your retirement accounts to grab any employer match you are offered. You start investing whatever amount you can, even if it's small, and you begin building an emergency cushion so that the next surprise does not knock you completely off course. 40 with no savings is not a life sentence, it's a starting point, and many people who look secure today began from a place that looked just like this. The people who catch up are not the ones who have the smoothest path. They are the ones who decided to stop hiding from the numbers and start moving anyway. If this helped you see your situation more clearly or gave you a plan you can act on, then subscribe to this channel. Every week, we create straightforward, practical content to help you build a financial life that feels stable and intentional instead of confusing and reactive. I will see you in the next one.